Your own take about that?
Well, there is this Yoruba adage. They said either smokers or drinkers directly or indirectly teaches his own child how to drink. How? You ask me how?
How?
When he sends him ogogoro, and along the line, when the boy brings the ogogoro, said, "You have taken part of it." Daddy, I don't say no. One day, that boy will say, "This thing that I am accused falsely about, let me try it." Then he starts taking it. Number two, like my brother said, society. The child look at what we are doing, we elders. I remember when we were young, you see some of our mates going to the back door. Because the father smokes cigarettes, Igieni, match stick, they go to the backyard and start taking it. Emulating their father. Directly or indirectly. And on and on like that. And when you see them taking cola nuts, taking whatever either beer or whatever name, whatever it is, then one day that child too want to. I remember one of my child, there's a particular seat I used to sit on in my house. And whenever I am around, you go there and said, "I want to be like father. I want to be like daddy." If I am doing something bad there, definitely, not knowing that the boy is looking at me, they want to practice what I'm doing. That is what we are seeing here. Seeing them putting this syringe or no, ileke.
Okay.
This on the hands without even being a chieftaincy title holder. All these things are what they are washing, and that is what they want to practice. So it is not strange. It is the reflection of the society that we have in school in particular. And a saint person, because in those days we respected our teachers. When you see your teachers coming, if you're a good child, you want to wait to greet him. If you're a bad child, you will not even let him catch up with you. Even parents threaten their own word that I will report you to your teacher. But today, what are we experiencing? A student that is high, even if the teacher asks him to come, they will just say, and they will go away. So, and we have seen of recent in Abeokuta, we are in secondary school, the extent of damages they cause to a particular school simply because of little things. Even a life was lost, according to reports, where they were running away, they ran into a river, and some of them died there. Why? And they were banging, they were even recording. They were recording their activities while they were destroying the school property. Somebody with the same sense, with not under influence, will never do that.
Well, the steps, stars, the steps taken by the state government, asking parents to bring letters of, guarantors form of way for scholars and everything. Do you think this is a step in the right direction, that you guarantee that your student will be of good conduct? Do you think this is good?
Well, it's a good one. However, I want to look at that policy. It's known for like 5 years now, if I'm right. The policy of coming to do undertaking for your words.
2-3 years.
So maybe we need to start asking, what has it been the effect? Honestly, I don't know what the effect has really been, because of the fact that most of these students that parents are coming to do undertaking for, some people that will come and do that undertaking, you'll be shocked that they are not even.
They are rented.
Yes.
They are rented.
That's the thing. So these are the issues, and I'm honest about this. It's a big problem. Well, it's a good step. Where your parent, in our own days, you don't need to ask a student or a scholar's parent to come and do undertaking, because they are the one that will undertake his registration from day one, from the onset. So the school will be familiar with them. I remember in my days, whether in my primary school or secondary school, same school in Lagos, on the first day, my parent took us to school, did all the registration, and so I don't know what it's really, it's pathetic that we got to this level with our education. But it's a good development. It's a way to, like, let us try to tie the student with their parent and make parents to be a bit responsible. And that was because of reports given by people like them, practitioners in school, that look, some of these students are just in school, don't know their parents, but they want to tie, the student to the parents. Because at times you ask one parent to come, instead of parents coming, the student will just abscond. You won't see the student again. When you ask him how to bring the parent will not come. The student will not come to school again. It's like, no, we need to start tying these parents, to what do you call it, to the school and to the parents, the students, to let them be interconnected. So good thinking. But I think at this level we need to sit down and take a holistic review of that policy itself. How far has it helped the system? Going forward, how far has it helped the system? It's really important.
Okay, another policy done is the registration of each student. They call them scholars now.
Okay.
Each student, they have an identification number.
The learner education.
LIN.
Is this also a requirement, sir?
Yes, it's good and a way of identifying them. The essence of that is to prevent this examination malpractice. A student attends a particular school from year 1, year 2 up to SS2. When it's time to write the exam, then they take such a student to a magic center.
Miracle.
A miracle center. So, and to register such a student. Whereas if the LEA or LEI, whatever they call it, LIN is being tailored, definitely they know that normally this particular student is not part of the others. Asawo lele, and can easily be detected. So, number one, that has helped the school system to at least to reduce it to that level. So it's working perfectly. The only area that I observe that is causing major problem is that parents not involving in participation. Good, government want to run everything free education.
Okay.
But a situation where you are not financially involved, olóògùn tí a bá fowó ṣe ẹ̀yìn àrò ló ń gbé, ẹ bá mi túmọ̀ ẹ̀ sóyìnbó. But whatever it is, if you are not financially involved in anything, you don't care about the outcome. Free education, nothing. So in my days, my father would tell you, I will not pay a term fee twice.
So you can't. There's no room for you repeat.
There is no room for repeat, and you just have to make sure that you face your education squarely. And they will tell you, if you fail, that's the end. How many of us are going to school that time because of the school fees? But today, Iruwa Ugiriwa becomes all commerce affairs. So you go, and the father doesn't even care whether you get results or you don't get results. In those days, they posted our result to us. But today, I'm afraid they said they should go online. How many of them are even going online to print the results out? How many of them knows that whether their student pass or work pass or fail? All they know that is there to spend 6 years. And after 6 years, what comes of it? Nothing.
Given the kind of situation now, don't you think that opinion leaders, elders in the society should be involved in the education of these students? Like, if you see them during school hours now roaming about the street, people should, call on them and ask them to go back to their schools.
Yes, at a point in time, the Ministry of Education, more so in Ogun State, I did a program like that. They have scouts. That wasn't the name they used, but they have people that will patrol the street, and when they see students in school uniform, they ask you, and it's within the school hours. Somebody is asking you a question, why are you not in school? Even when they see kids that are supposed to be school age and is not in school, not in uniform, they accost such child and ask why he's not in uniform, why he's not in school, and if possible, go to the parent's house. I remember there was a time like that. The Ogun State Ministry of Education was doing things like that. They have patrollers that will patrol the street to know, students that are not in school. But you see, the totality of the problem, I think, is one thing he has just mentioned, which is that because people are not financially tied, like he said, a medication that is free is kept in the cooler. I think that's the interpretation I can give.
Yeah.
When that medication is free, you just keep it in the cooler. You don't value it. So that's the thing. So because of the free education thing, and honestly, people might not like this my comment, I have always faulted the free education thinking. It is not working, and eventually nothing really is free, because parents, now I have my kids in public schools, and I know how much I pay. As PTA, it's not PTA now, you call it parent or clinical forum, whatever they call it. It's not PT, it's not parent teacher, it's not teacher. They have one name they give it now, like a club,
Parents club,
whatever they call it now. Then we pay, and I know how much I am paying, and I try to imagine if I have to pay that 3 times a year, first term, because not annually, it is per term, first term, second term, third term, and it's amount to about 5,000. In a year. And I ask myself, when you look at the student population in the state and you had that money together, it's humongous. Let's say, for instance, we have 100 or 500,000 students or 1 million students across the school in Ogun State, and they all pay 1,000. That's 1.5 billion. I think what I'm communicating. If the student population in the state is 1 million across board, and you are paying 1,005, that is 1.5 billion. So I don't know what government is saying by saying it is free education, but eventually quite a number of the projects in school, the so-called parents through their club are the one taking care of it. Some schools, no toilet, basic amenities are not there. The parents are the one that will take care of some of the issues that are happening in the school. So maybe that's a discussion for another day. But the truth of the matter is the fact that one basic problem is that the fact that parents are not financially involved. Because it doesn't happen in private schools, in most private schools, because a parent need to pay, and when the student fee is not paid, the parents are invited, and the parents are told, let your kids not come to school. So somebody is involved in the training of that child, of the student, unlike in public schools. So I think that's one key area we need to start looking into. It's really important. In some of the so-called flagship schools, you understand what I'm saying? Right. There are some flagship schools.
Yes.
And maybe I know AGGS is one of them, BBHS and things like that. It's a bit different because you see elite. You write entrance exam into those schools, so parents are involved. In the other schools where they don't write entrance exam, they just post them down that way. It's another challenge we need to start looking into. So a lot of problems are occurring out there that is driving these nonchalant attitudes of parents towards their wards. I don't think it's education. Our parents were not educated, but they paid attention to our training because they were involved financially in what we're doing. I don't know how I'm communicating.
Yeah.
So these are the areas, is one area we need to look into. But another challenge that I see coming up in the issue of testing, he has mentioned one, the sample they want to take. That's a basic thing. In the system we find ourselves, the sample is a big issue. If it is blood, there'll be wahala. But another thing is the facilities. Are they in place? What will be the cost implication on the student? Is it the student that will pay? Is it government? Then do you have such facility? Like I was on a program sometimes ago, and Dr. Kunle Hashimi, did an intervention with his comment and asked several questions. And the labs, the people that will do it, the category, the class of practitioners. It's not just anybody that can do it. He was asking those questions. Do we really have those facilities in place before we get into this? Then who will take the financial burden? Will it be the parents? Will it be the students? Will it be the government? These are issues. But I know that with private schools, the parents are the one that will pay. So it's another burden on the parent. So these are all the issues government need to take a second look at in the implementation. And that's why I shared his view, his fears, that as good as that policy is, the challenge is having is how do we implement in a way that will get desired results.
Okay, from your news, sir.
Yes.
Let's look at vigilance. You know, these scholars are so ingenious. You know, at least you see one with a bottle of water. You won't ask a scholar what's doing with bottle of water, but that water is not really water. The bottle of soft drink, the soft drink is not really soft drink. So, what role could teachers' vigilance play in some of these things?
Thank you very much. In fact, immediately you
we even had some chin and not chin. They've been laced. Buns.
Immediately you mentioned bottle of water. It reminds me of an incident in one of the schools in Abeokuta here. I will not mention names. For so long I was at the Principal General's office, and the Principal General's office is overlook in each division.
Okay.
I was in that of Egba, and immediately we had our intelligence outfits.
Okay.
They were reporting, and I was the one even working with the NSCDC.
Okay.
So immediately the report came that so school, they were planning this and this. We invited the principal. It is on record that your students on so date, they are going to do this and that. They said, no, I am on top of it, I am on this and that. That morning, I mobilized my people with some of the teachers. We were just by the gate. As they were coming in, we were checking their bag. As they were coming, they were checking our, and we saw this water bottle. Initially, it was passed as water bottle, but that inquisitiveness in me, I said, bring it back. I opened it. It was hot gin. You see, what do you, and there were about 5 of such. Some had been laced with these cannabis and whatever. Pack them aside. Okay, immediately those we caught with those things, we rounded them up, we handed over to the NSCDC. They took them to their office, and the parents started coming. No, can you omirewa? That it is his water bottle. Said, I know, it is water bottle. Baba, you will taste it. Because we kept the evidence with us. We opened one, tried it. Uncle Demo, I didn't know. So, going back to what you are saying, it comes in various brands. And it takes an eagle eye to detect all these things they were smuggling into the school system under the name of, because they want to belong, they want to remain high. If I had not taken that proactive steps that day, only God knows how many lives should have been lost.
Okay.
Quickly on that vigilance, I really, teachers in schools these days, I have to be honest, I really praise them. Because the work we give them to do is more than what they can do as human. When you look at the school population, how many students can a teacher want to, focus on and say you want to be vigilant on? For instance, we have seen a situation where in a class, filled to the brim, the teacher is finding it difficult to even find a space to stand in the front. I know you know this is happening.
Yeah.
No space to because it's all filled to the brim. Apart from some of these so-called flagship schools, when you go to all other schools, all these community schools, these are challenges. Overcrowded. They are overcrowded. Now, teachers standing in the front of the class. A reported story, and the students in the mid school were at the back, doing a lot of sexual advancement. And they are, according to them, is a caucus, is a group, like a cult thing. If you report, if you talk to the teacher, you are done for. They will ensure that they punish you. So what I'm trying to say in essence is there is need for government
Teacher
to yes, the teacher student ratio is too high and the classrooms are overpacked. A teacher in the front of the class cannot know what is happening at the back of the class when there is not even a role. Some of the students you see that sit at the back, for them to get to their seat, they will need to climb on lockers. So am I right?
Yeah.
They will climb on the lockers to get to their seat. There is no role within the seats. I mean, no space within the roles, rather. Role 1, role 2, like we have nowadays. When in the aisles, the aisles that the teacher will pass through to know what is happening. No, because there is no way he can do it. For him to do that, he will need to climb lockers. So when you talk of vigilance, I agree with you. But how many can you sit down to want to look at?
Will technology help?
Technology will help, I agree with you. But the first thing we need to do is depopulate the schools. Can we build more schools to accommodate these students? Because these classrooms are jam-packed, they are overpacked. The teachers, they even when they mark their script, at times they give the script to fellow students. Some brilliant students, they will just say, help me to mark. You understand their predicament? Because that teacher, more so for popular huge subjects like economics, mathematics, English, and those ones where everybody is a danda with thing, everybody is doing it. How many of those kids that can the teacher mark within the time frame of wanting to compile results, even when they do tests? So what they do is they bring fellow students into the class. Some they feel these are brilliant, or you help us to mark. So what I'm saying is the solution is let government build more schools and employ more teachers to reduce the present student-teacher ratio that we have.
Comrade is itching to say something.
In addition to that, the solution is there, but they refuse to do it. It's disarticulation.
Sorry?
Disarticulation of schools.
Disarticulation of schools.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what does that mean?
A particular school, like having over 3,000 students with almost 100 teachers. When you look at educational management, there is what is called span of control.
Yes.
A single head principal having over 100 teachers. How will he effectively monitor and manage with over 3,000 students? This articulation means that 3,000 population of over 100 teachers, divide them into two. School 1, School 2. I think it's happening in Lagos. I was at Oshogbo sometimes ago. In a school, we have about 3 or 4 schools. That will reduce the tension on one principal.
So promote more teachers.
Promote
more principals.
More principals.
Yes.
And
it creates an establishment for promotion.
For promotion. Yes. Then the eyes, when we talk of vigilance, more teachers will be able to see more students physically. But where you stay, okay, for example, don't me mention names. There are schools in Abeokuta here that are up to 2 or 3 schools.
In one school.
Mega schools.
In such a situation, if they further disarticulate, definitely the span of control, effective management will be available. Then the teachers will be able to monitor and manage the student better. But that does not preclude them from building more classrooms. The classroom we started in 1976 are still in my school today, accommodating over 100. Then you are only 24.
Yes.
24, 20, 24 maximum. That's it. The highest number in the classroom there. That class today, when I visit some schools today, when I visit my alma mater, and I see students, we are only 24 sitting down, and we have more than 100
in the same classroom.
In the same classroom. So building more schools, disarticulate the present one for effective management and
it's a low hanging fruit. I agree with that. This section is a low hanging one, quick fix. But the long term is build more schools.
All right, Ustaz, you talked about building more schools. Comrade has also talked about having more teachers in place. But don't you think that we should look at this what they call mentor-mentee relationship, even with the number of students, the limited number of teachers that we have, they should still have time. Maybe a group of 10 or 20. How can teachers have time for these students and create the mentor-mentee relationship to mitigate against drug or substance abuse, as it were?
My brother, before I had my kids in public schools, I have these lofty ideas, about what you just spoke about. When I had kids in public schools, I know quite now the things that we talk about outside the street is not possible. Take, for instance, what is the guarantee of protection that a teacher has in school from the student? Do you know they beat their teachers? I'm sure you have heard that. They beat their teachers. That is, I'm coming to your mentor-mentee relationship. So what teachers does is they first and foremost protect themselves. That is number one. They limit the way they want to relate with the students so that they won't eventually become a victim, of this student. Because in schools now, there are caucuses, there are cults, cultism going on, different set of cults going on. In the process of you wanting to become a mentor-mentee person, somebody is thinking that teacher FFA don't mind him, and the story goes around and they are challenged. So these teachers too are faced a lot of challenges in that school. This we need to take into perspective, and I keep on saying it. Areas where we have some of these things happening are just in the so-called flagship schools. In the flagship schools, the problems we are talking about that happens in other community schools are not really there. They have to start with. They have fewer population in the classes. Then the teachers have relationship with the students because of the kind of parents that sent those students to school. The parents care. They want to know who is the teacher of their ward. They have his or her number. When there is challenges, they can call. So in that place, we have student-mentee relationship working perfectly well. But in a situation by the teacher and the school, the population in the first instance is even at a discordant level. The population of the class is so huge that which kind of student, teacher, mentee, mentor do you want to bring about? The man is thinking of, how do I cover the syllabus? How do I write my note of lesson? How do I mark? So this idea of a student mentee that you talk about, I don't know how it can come up in such school, because these people at the end of the day are humans themselves and they have so much workload. A teacher that is supposed to teach one subject, because of the fact that there is no teacher for other subject that they consider is important, they will now say, money the principal want to get resolved. That's what is happening. So by the time the man finishes, he or she is so tired that the issue of wanting to start to be a mentor-mentee to one student does not even come up again. The issue of saying, if you have any challenge, bring your problem to me, let me help you solve, does not even come. He or she, I'm not joking. Unlike in our days, you can go to your math teacher or your physics teacher and tell them, no, this area, and in the staff room, or they give you time. That is not possible because the volume of work they have on their hands is so huge that they don't think of adding something else to it. So what I'm saying in essence is, for us to be able to get to that level you're talking about, for instance, in his own days and our days too, where our number is manageable, that our teachers knows everybody. They will call you by name. Right. They know what you are doing. How many names will a teacher want to keep now in a class? I don't know. So the personal relationship we are talking about, because of the huge population we have, right, is not allowing that to work out. And when you look at some of these schools, how many schools does Ogun State have? You need to ask. 20 years ago, how many schools we have? Total number of secondary schools. 10 years ago, what are total numbers of schools we have? Today, what are the numbers? What have been the proportionate increment we have at them compared with the number of children, that the population explosion that we're having? So this is the thing, it's not commensurate. and everybody wants their kids to be in school. So it's a challenge. That's why this mentor mentee, even the counseling and the counselors too, they have their own limited, they have their challenges. Because one case might take them a whole time to crack. I'm not joking. Where the parents are not even at home, the parents are divorced, is a broken home, and the child is living with the girl child is living with adopted father, and the adopted father is doing sexual
abusing
and they brought it to the school. The counselor is the one, and he or she is on that case for a long time. So that's a challenge. So the government need to come in, build more schools, employ more teachers.
Okay, yeah, that point has been made. How can we now solve this problem? There's an emergency. What can religious leaders do? What can all students do? What can voluntary organizations do to assist in, especially in this drug use?
Well, like I said, rigorous campaign to get to the practitioners, especially the parents. When the parents are actually involved, when they know the nitty-gritty, the advantages in it, and they school their own word right from home, it should not be difficult for the teachers or whoever is going to do the thing. It's not be so difficult because they've been adequately educated.
Churches and mosques.
Churches and mosques. Churches and mosques. We attend Friday services. We attend Sunday services. Like on one Friday, I was at a particular mosque. The whole lecture that day was about Iran, US, Israel war. In fact, I was even laughing that I didn't know that I would have brought a notebook to take a lecture notes. Because it was the man was trying to explain why we have a high rise of fuel in this part of Nigeria, and why it is not a government, why we should endure and continue to pray. He analyzed everything. So I am sure those who are in the mosque that day will have a different attitude to what it is in Nigeria.
Okay, we'll continue this
quickly. CDA need to be brought in. They are major gatekeepers. They need to be brought in. Though people seldom attend CDA meetings, but when they have this education, it can help. Parents.
Please stay with us. It's still Citizens Forum on Rockcity 101.9. We'll be back after this news break.
Okay.
Break Show. We don't just scratch the news, we dig deep for it. Breaking the beats and the chips of the analysis, line by line, tale by tale, narrating the antecedents you've never for once been told. We place the force of the rock behind every story, and that's the power of the rock. Rockcity 101.9 FM. 4 stories untold.
The biggest news stories. This is Rockcity FM News.
The time is 10 o'clock. Here is the national news. The first, the top headlines. Nigeria increases surveillance as Congo records 80 deaths from Ebola. Defense headquarters says Nigeria U.S. forces killed over 20 ISWAP fighters in fresh operation. Ogun APC announces Monday senatorial primaries across 236 wards. Nigeria end the African Athletics Championship with 12 medals. Investors trade 7.7 billion shares valued at 334 billion naira. Attack on Nigeria's future. Senate condemns abduction of students, teachers in Borno, Oyo. Good morning. I am Dari Adidotson with the details coming shortly. Now, the news in detail. The Director General of Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Jide Idris, said Nigeria has increased its surveillance of Ebola virus following the deaths recorded in Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. This is just as the World Health Organization, WHO, revealed that no fewer than 80 persons have died from a fresh outbreak of the virus in at least 3 health zones, including Bunia, Wampara, and Mongwalu of DRC. The health organization described Congo's outbreak as extraordinary as there are no approved virus-specific therapeutics or vaccines, unlike for Ebola Zaire strains. The 17th outbreak in Congo, where Ebola was first identified in 1976, could be, in fact, be much larger given the high positivity rate of the initial samples and increasing number of suspected cases being reported, the WHO said. The DRC's dense tropical forests are a natural reservoir for the Ebola virus, all but one of the country's previous outbreaks were caused by the Zaire strain. The Defense Headquarters DHQ said Nigerian troops, in collaboration with the United States Africa Command, killed more than 20 Islamic State West Africa Province ISWAP fighters during fresh coordinated airstrikes in the northeast. The DHQ said the operation was carried out in the general area of Entele following intelligence reports on the convergence and movement of terrorist elements within the region. Director of Defense Information Major General Samaila Oba, in a statement, said the strikes formed part of sustained operations aimed at dismantling terrorist networks and denying insurgents safe haven in the country. The military said the ongoing operations were designed to disrupt terrorist activities, remove fighters from the battlefield, and prevent insurgents from regrouping. Uba stressed that terrorists threatening citizens and national stability will be located and defeated, saying there will be no safe haven for terrorists anywhere in Nigeria. The All Progressives Congress APC in Ogun State has announced that its senatorial primaries this Monday across the designated collation and voting centers in all the 236 wards spread across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The announcement was made by the Ogun State chapter of the All Progressives Congress APC, saying eligible members are expected to be present at their respective voting centers to participate in the exercise and peacefully exercise their franchise. Members are also advised to come along with their party membership slips, as this will be required for participation in the primaries. The party further urged members and stakeholders to conduct themselves in an orderly, peaceful, and responsible manner throughout the process in the interest of party unity and democratic values. It added that adequate security arrangements have been put in place to ensure a smooth, peaceful, and itch-free exercise across the state. The Senate has condemned the abduction of 87 students and teachers across Borno and Oyo State within 24 hours, saying the incidents are direct strikes against Nigeria's future. According to a statement by the Senate leader, Okoyemi Bamidele, the abductions were particularly troubling given that $30 million had been raised globally in 2014 to secure public and private schools across the country. Bamidele, who is also vice chairman of the Senate Committee on the Review of the 1999 Constitution, said the twin abductions reinforced the urgency of establishing state police, a proposal currently under consideration at the National Assembly. Rockcity FM had earlier reported that suspected gunmen on Friday abducted 45 students and teachers from Baptist Nursery and Primary School, Community Grammar School, and LA Primary School in Orire local government area of Oyo State. Within the same period, Boko Haram terrorists attacked Musa Primary and Junior Secondary School in Askira Oba local government area of Borno State, abducting 42 students. Pending the establishment of state police, Bamidele urged both the federal and state governments to adopt the Safe School Initiative as a stopgap measure, noting that Nigeria currently had 18.3 million out-of-school children. Meanwhile, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has ordered the urgent reactivation of the Safe School Initiative across the state to protect students and teachers following recent kidnappings in neighboring Oyo State. The directive was contained in a statement disclosed on Sunday by the governor's spokesperson, Olawale Rashid. According to the statement, Adeleke ordered the Ministry of Education and other relevant government and security agencies to immediately strengthen the initiative as a precaution against a possible spillover of the attacks into Osun State. The governor assured parents and school authorities of the safety of pupils and students while directing a special advisor on security matters to work with security commanders on the implementation of the new measures. The national chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC, Nentawe Yuwata, has affirmed that the economic reforms implemented by President Bola Tinubu's administration under the Renewed Hope Agenda strategic long-term measures designed to build the nation's economy and secure sustainable prosperity for future generations. According to a statement disclosed on Sunday by the APC National Chairman's Special Advisor on Media and Information Strategy, Abimbola Toki, Yuwata, Tinubu's economic reforms require patience and sacrifice but are already showing signs of economic recovery and national growth. He stated that the key indicators were showing improving investors' confidence and stronger business activities nationwide. You're listening to the national news on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, business and sport news. Please stay with us. In business, aggressive market demand propelled the Nigerian capital market upward last week, resulting in a phenomenal 374 billion naira worth of shares changing hands, from heavy banking sector dominance and stellar individual stock performances to critical primary market listings and an active fixed income segment. Trading on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Limited closed on a high note last week as aggressive buying interest pushed key performance indicators upward, with investors exchanging a staggering 7.772 billion shares valued at 374.04 billion naira. The blockbuster performance represents a significant jump in activity compared to the previous week, where a total of 7.075 billion shares worth 324.351 billion naira crossed the counter. While the total value and volume spiked, the total number of deals executed dropped slightly to 402,945 from the 474,436 deals recorded in the preceding week. Finally, in sport, Nigeria concluded the 24th African Athletics Championships with 12 medals after the women's 4x400-meter relay team delivered a commanding gold medal performance on the final day of the competition. The quartet of Esther Okon, Tohibat Jimoh, Jacinta Lawrence, and Patience Okon-George successfully defended Nigeria's title in the event, clocking 3 minutes 29 seconds to finish comfortably ahead of Ethiopia and Kenya on Sunday. Nigeria's team dominated the race from start to finish and crossed the line nearly 30 meters ahead of their closest challengers to secure the country's fourth gold medal of the championships. The victory ensured Team Nigeria ended the competition with 4 gold, 5 silver and 3 bronze medals, placing 4th overall behind Kenya, South Africa and Ethiopia in the final standings. Kenya topped the medal table with 6 gold, 4 silver and 7 bronze medals for a total of 17, while South Africa won 6 gold, 2 silver and 6 bronze medals. Ethiopia finished 3rd with 5 gold, 4 silver and 6 bronze medals. Nigeria's only other medal in the final came through Rosemary Chukwuma, who won silver in the women's 200 meters after running 23.6 seconds. That's the news. Before we go, the top headlines again. Nigeria increases surveillance as Congo records 80 deaths from Ebola. Defense headquarters says Nigeria U.S. forces killed over 20 ISWAP fighters in fresh operation. Ogun APC announces Monday senatorial primaries across 236 wards. Nigeria and African Athletics Championship with 12 medals. Investors trade 7.7 billion shares valued at 374 billion naira. Attack on Nigeria's future. Senate condemns abduction of students, teachers in Borno and Oyo. For more stories and to listen to us live, log on to our website, rockcityfm.ng. Thank you for listening. I am Dari Adidotson. Good morning.
Traffic updates, business news, weather reports, eyewitness reports, and a variety of topical issues. These are the basic ingredients of a top-notch breakfast show. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. Weekday mornings on Rock City 101.9 FM, the voice of the people.
Guess what, guys? Pay 50% and go solar. Yes, Paradise Life Nigeria Limited made that possible. Just pay 50% of any of our packages and go solar immediately. The remaining 50% can be paid in installments spread within 6 to 12 months for your convenience. Sign up for any of our powerful solar systems suitable for homes, offices, shops, hotels, companies, factories, churches, mosques, event centers, petrol stations, shopping malls, etc. We also deal in all solar equipment and accessories like solar panels, inverters, batteries, charge controllers. Training is also available. Our office is located at Paradise Solar House beside StarTimes office, Alogi Obantoko, Abeokuta. For more information, visit our website on www.paradisedigitalworld.com or call 0905 672 5977 or send WhatsApp message on 0803 910 9394. Paradise Life Nigeria Limited. Go solar. No more darkness.
Daybreak. The Daybreak Show.
I understand saying Nigeria is hard, but the fact is now we do I'm like that. Some people talk and say Nigeria no good, but they continue to complain and look. We got to fight, and we will rise. We will survive, and it'll be alright. 'Cause if we fight, we will rise. We will survive. I love Nigeria. I love my country. I love Nigeria. I know currency. I know culture. I love my country. I love Nigeria. I know currency. 'Cause I believe for better. We know good is suffer. So Nora, my brother, Nigeria could better. Now come on, my sister, Nigeria will be sweeter. Can't make it together, 'cause now and forever, Nigeria is my home, 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 Nigeria is my home. Jaga, and everybody the Jah. stay around. It's up for me. I shan't we got to fight, and we rise, we go survive, oh, we'll be and we make, cause if we fight, we will rise, we go survive, yeah. I love my country, I love Nigeria, I know.
All right, just because we love our country, we love Nigeria, that's why we are discussing this compulsory drug test for secondary school students. The federal government, the NDLEA, everyone putting heads together to see how we can sanitize the school environment and make drug and substance abuse a thing of the past. Okay, now we've been discussing this with Ustaz Jubril Lawal, fellow of the Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliators, as well as the chairman, Association of Retired Principals of Secondary Schools of Nigeria, Victor Chapter, Comrade Yunusa Samil Akonde. Gentlemen, let's come back to the conversation, even as we open the studio line on this other segment, the final lap of the show. To be part of this conversation, you can call or send a WhatsApp message 0810-786-0000, 0810-786-0000. WhatsApp message dropped on 0903-927-3532. 0903-927-3532. I think we should take some calls and allow our guests to respond to them alongside others which we have got in here. Let's find out who the first caller is. Hello, good morning. Okay, I guess the rain too is doing something to the network this morning. Hello, good morning. 0810-786-0000, 0810-786-0000, and 0903-927-3532 for WhatsApp messages.
Hello?
Okay, let's check this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.